live here on a Victory Monday, man. What a game last night by your Pittsburgh Steelers. Started out a little sloppy. Didn't look like it was going to go our way here in terms of Steelers Nation. However, the Pittsburgh Steelers prevailed and proved why they aren't such a bad ball club when they put things together and they start to really play well in all three phases of the game. It's absolutely refreshing to see. It's super positive moving toward this back half of the season, considering next week's game against the Jets or this week's game against the Giants is one in which I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers could securely get and really hammer down and really push into that bye week to where you're going to be confident about them coming back out of it into week 10 and really maybe possibly be ready for something that could be pretty damn fun to watch in the back half. I'm not giving you some wild prediction of Super Bowls or any damn thing like that. But I'm just saying, man, it could be really damn fun. It could be a really fun environment in which to be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And definitely very excited about it. And we'll see what happens here as we get into this week with the Giants game. And we're going to talk a lot tonight about that Pittsburgh Steelers Jets game last night and what transpired there. I want you guys to put your comments, questions, and concerns about last night's game in the chat. What you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what you thought you saw from this team, and what you think possibly they could be doing moving forward. We'll try to explore all of that. We'll talk about some individual performances. But first, make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all that good shit as we push through the show here on Steel City Live. Let's jump into the chat a little bit as we're starting off. Danny, George, Sean, James Bauman, John Broadway, Biz, Rich Kuzma. What is up, everybody? Yeah, Danny or Biz, I was wrong too, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And I know you guys in this community aren't afraid to admit it because we're all about being transparent and truthful, man. And that is exactly what we're going to be here today. And when the off season was going on, minicamp was going on, you, myself, most of us thought that Russell Wilson was the best option. But when that injury happened and Justin Fields led this football team to a 4-2 record, it was very unsteady waters for me to be in. If I were Mike Tomlin, I just wouldn't have felt good about that. It's just a very difficult decision to remove a quarterback that is 4-2. That has got your team to the tops of the AFC North. That has made you competitive inside of a very difficult conference in the AFC. And it's just very scary to take that plunge into what could potentially be or potentially not be with Russell Wilson. And thankfully, it was the right decision. But those are gambles sometimes I guess you have to take. I may be a little bit more conservative with that type of thing. Mike Tomlin, a typically conservative type coach. So, yeah, that was quite a reach for him, in my opinion. But I felt like he was very heart set on seeing both quarterbacks this season. And he wasn't going to go the whole season of 2024 without seeing them both. And he got his wish. And it just happened to work out in his favor, man. And I knew that would be the case of you were going to live and die by it. It was just going to either be really good or really, really bad. And, man, it didn't start out well. I like the dump pass to Darnell, getting him involved early. Calvin Austin, though, dropping that one ball kind of derailed Russ getting in rhythm right there because I felt like he was starting to when he delivered that pass to Calvin Austin on third down and he dropped it. That was critical there, and I felt like Russ was starting to get in the groove there. But that slowed it down. Calvin got to come up with that. That was an easy catch to make. But sometimes it happens. Sometimes you drop the ball. He made up for it late in the game there in the fourth quarter when he took that big one for like 30 or 40 yards, something like that, and then Najee finished it off. However, definitely something, though, that can kill some momentum and keep you out of rhythm. I was working out in the yard again, digging in the grass. I can't wait for no more pollen to be in the air, no more grass to be cut, man. It drives me freaking bonkers. Let's get back to the chat with everybody here. We're going to talk a little bit more. Mike Drop Sportaholics. Amen, man. Amen. I love it. John Broadway, Jason, with this win, do you what do you see for Justin Fields' future? That's from downtown. I see Justin Fields remaining as the backup, and I feel like Justin Fields will remain a solid teammate, and I feel that Justin will be able to handle this mentally and be professional about it. I foresee Justin to still have a great ceiling and still be able to possibly mature into something better. And again, when we were talking this offseason, my main talking point for Justin Fields was to do what, guys? And I know you OGs remember this, you know this, was for Justin Fields to sit and learn from Russell Wilson on how to hit some of those passes, how to use some of that touch, not to have to drive the football at 100-mile-an-hour and line drive it at somebody every time. That's not what it's all about. And Justin needs to learn those little intricacies of being an NFL quarterback. And that will help him once he develops that touch. That's going to give him the confidence to make some of those 50-50 ball throws. That's going to give him the confidence to trust in his receiver in general. And hopefully once he gets that sense of comfortability with those guys, that he is able to deliver the ball down the field. Now, is that with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Perhaps not. Maybe so. I don't know. Nobody will know. Justin could potentially be back in. Russ was still warming that calf up last night. You know, an injury could not be far away. We don't know. Nobody knows how this is all going to go. But I can foresee Justin still being a starter in this league somewhere. Is it with the Pittsburgh Steelers? That's going to be up in the air. That's going to be something that the Pittsburgh Steelers will have to figure out here as the season continues to progress. You may call on Justin Fields one more time here throughout this season, and hopefully you don't, because if Russell Wilson could play the way he played last night in the last half, in that second half, he had moments in the first half, but it wasn't as good as the second half. In the second half, Russ was Seattle Russ, using the action game, using his ability to manipulate the pocket in order to be able to create that vision down the field, giving his receivers quality opportunities in 50-50 occasions, putting touch on the ball to put it where his receiver could go out and fight for it, go out there and make the catch, be the only one that could potentially get it. That was Seattle Russ. You didn't see Denver Russ in the second half. You saw Seattle Russell Wilson in the second half of that game, and that has to be something that's really encouraging. Also, knowing that he fit really well in Arthur Smith's system. And another thing that we didn't see last night, guys, that Justin Fields wasn't being able to do. That was Russell Wilson's ability to get to the line of scrimmage and audible out of plays, check out of plays, understand and change things at the line of scrimmage, that Justin wasn't afforded that opportunity. Point blank, period. He wasn't. You heard it in the cadence. And Russell also brought something else to this football team that it needed. It needed settled down, and Russell Wilson settled this team down offensively in terms of getting up to the line of scrimmage, commanding cadence, understanding, and really showing his team that he is that veteran that has played in Super Bowls, and that is a calming presence for that offense, and it showed, and it really, really showed. And we have to still, though, give both quarterbacks props, because, guys, that has not happened in the city of Pittsburgh for a very long time with a football team putting up two 30-point performances, 30-plus point performances in a row. It hasn't happened in a very, very long time. But as far as Justin Fields and his future, it is still so much up in the air right now downtown. I can't be honest and give you a truthful, real accurate assessment of where I see him in 2025 because there are so many twists and turns that still remain in this 2024 season, guys. And don't get too high on this. Don't get too high on these last 2 weeks. Don't get too high on Russell's performance. Just enjoy the ride. Just don't get too high and enjoy the ride. Have fun with it because I think things could get quite fun in the back half. Mark Malone, thank God they actually threw the ball a little. Yeah, and was that too, Mark? Just Mike Tomlin saying to Arthur Smith, look, I am more comfortable with Russell Wilson. I am giving you more of a leash on opening this offense up because I am not afraid of Russell Wilson committing the turnovers that I am afraid of Justin Fields perhaps doing throughout the course of a game. And I perhaps am a little bit more comfortable in Russell Wilson's ability to put up a lot of points through the air to where if he did make a mistake and the Jets would perhaps capitalize on that last night, he was confident that Russell Wilson could score enough points to be able to make a comeback in that situation. And you saw also, too, how this game offensively trickled down to this defense. Beanie Bishop, my friends. We're going to talk about that. Let me catch up in the chat real quick. James Bauman, that atmosphere was amazing last night. Absolutely, James. You guys did a good job. James was at the game last night, so that was cool. One thing, though, that I got to call out, James, that I thought was bullshit from the fan base last night. You don't chant for a man's backup in the first damn quarter of a football game when the man hasn't played significant snaps in 10 months. I'm all for being fair. I'm all for being truthful. And that was classless from the Pittsburgh Steelers fan base last night. You got to give him a minute to get involved. You got to give him a minute to settle down. You got to give him a little bit of time. And for everybody wanting to be, we're all fans of this football team. You don't go out there and try to freaking train wreck it by doing that dumb shit. Justin, bullshit. That you're trying to derail your own football team. You're trying to sabotage your own football team. No, don't do that, Steelers Nation. Don't do that. Back your people, man. Give them time. Now, if that would have been the third quarter, and Russ still wasn't producing and it was just horrible performance, so be it. Voice your opinion. But not in the first quarter of a football game. That is absolute total impatience, and it's a direct reflection of the society in which we live where it's instant gratification. It makes you want to just flip out, and I hate that. But hey, we're Steelers Nation. We live and die. We learn by our mistakes. We love our football team so passionately that we sometimes get a little out of hand, and that's okay too. But we can't do that, Steelers fans. We can't do that. Daniel Warman, Wilson brings a lot of energy to the offense. Defense was amazing. Ogunjobi, so underrated. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, Larry O played a hell of a game. We play pansy ball now, so, you're not allowed to throw anybody to the ground, make them pay for running the ball. I feel like we're a little too tight sometimes with these rules in the NFL, but that's just me. But the defense really came out, showed out. TJ Watt, quality rep after quality rep. Alex Highsmith and his return, quality rep after quality rep. Really doing their job. The linebackers played really, really well. The secondary played well. Beanie Bishop, the star, lucked into one interception, but the first one was very, very good. And Beanie Bishop, 2 career interceptions right now, both off of Aaron Rodgers, and that is something special for Beanie Bishop. All right, guys, I'm going to get a sip of water here. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button as we continue through this live chat here on the best damn show on YouTube for Steelers content, and that is Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason, as always. Let me get a drink. Mark Malone threw down the middle. Yeah, they did throw down the middle too, and that was Russell doing a damn thing. Also, that touchdown with Van Jefferson, the moving pick that they kind of did there to create space for Van Jefferson to get that TD, that's refreshing too to see the scheme in the pass game starting to be a little bit better. That was pretty nice. All right, guys, let's get those likes up. You can double tap the screen to get that like. Just pop up, man, and you are in and you hit the like right there. It's super easy. They make it super easy for you now to hit the like. So just hit that like button and share this show to the YouTube algorithm and continue to help us grow our community. Let's keep on going with the chat. Yeah, Mark Malone, sorry. Damn it. You guys are pumping the chat. I love it, man. Sean says, I saw a whole different offense open up with Russ out there changing plays at the line of scrimmage as he recognizes defensive schemes, pointing out blitzes prior to the snap, anticipating the throw. Yeah, man, all quality things that you want to see from your quarterback, man, from your all pro quarterback in Russell Wilson. Extra black, so glad Mike Tomlin doesn't listen to none of these podcasts because none of y'all had good things to say about his decision. I'm going to question it because I'm not sitting here playing the what if game, extra black. I'm sitting here saying reality, truth. And the truth of the situation was that was a very ballsy situation or decision to make. It was a very on the edge type of decision to make. And sometimes you're going to win those, sometimes you're going to lose those. But in no way, shape, or form am I going to sit here midweek and applaud any head coach for taking out a quarterback that's 4-2. It just doesn't make sense in a truthful way if you're looking at the whole situation. If you want to roll the dice, roll the dice. And if you win it, you win it. If you lose, you lose in the situation. And Mike Tomlin happened to win in this situation. So I admit that I was wrong, but that was a 50-50 type decision, man. You were either going to have it go good or have it go bad. So it wasn't anybody out there knowing exactly what was going to happen in a situation because nobody did. What the podcast and the talk shows and what this podcast is all about is telling the truth and giving you the information. It isn't about Jason being right or you being right. It isn't about that. It's about analyzing the overall picture. And just because somebody says something negative or says something perhaps won't work and gives their opinion doesn't mean that they're sitting here dogging Mike Tomlin. No, that's not how that works. That's just not how that works, man. You can't be so ultra damn sensitive in this world. I feel like we are a little bit, and you're not allowed to speak the truth. You're not allowed to give your opinion without people getting their panties in a bunch. And that's not how you want this shit to go. You want to be able to sit here on these podcasts and actually have real, truthful, damn discussion. Not just, oh, whatever Mike Tomlin does is best. That's it. Mike Tomlin's the greatest. That's stupid. That's bullshit. Just saying. I'm just trying to be honest. I'm not dogging you for your comment because it's truthful. You're giving your truth and you're giving your opinion, and that's perfect. That's fine. That's what it's all about. But you can't dog anybody else and say, don't listen to these podcasts because they doubted Mike Tomlin. Well, of course. What am I here to do? I'm here to question and make conversation and bring up topics of significance and truth. And that was one of them. Making a change in week 7 when you are at a 4-2 record and leading your division is a very ballsy move that could easily blow up in your face. Just saying, that's how it works. James Bauman hoping the first quarter and a half was just a little rust. Yeah, it seemed to be that way. He hadn't played significant snaps in 10 months. He did get that time against the Detroit Lions there when he battled back a little bit from his injury and was able to get out there during the preseason. But, yeah, he hadn't played real meaningful, significant snaps against a defense of a true NFL level up until then, up until last night. Biz, I was so wrong. Also, Wilson looked great. Yeah, man, that's another beauty of this. You can admit you're wrong. And that's why this place right here, man, Mike Drop Sports, the show, Steel City Live, that's why it's so good. Why? Because why? We can admit we're wrong and be big enough to do that. And we don't get our feelings hurt when we're wrong. Jason's feelings aren't hurt when he gets wrong. or when I get things wrong, I just admit it and say, hey, I was wrong. It is what it is, you know? Man. Mark Malone at John Broadway. He's talking up to John Broadway. Sean stepping up in the pocket other than running out of the pocket. Yeah, that was good. You value Justin's legs, guys. I'm not going to sit here and knock Justin for running either. But what Sean says, stepping up into the pocket and throwing, that's a skill Justin still has to develop. And hopefully, watching Russ is really beneficial. Because in no way, shape, or form do I want to see that young man not succeed. I want him to succeed, whether it's with the Steelers or not. I don't care. I hope that he learns and takes these lessons that he potentially could receive from Russell Wilson's knowledge of the game for playing for double-digit years and potentially being a Hall of Fame type quarterback to really let that sink into Justin and really help him down the road. Mark Malone, we did that. John Broadway, as much as I felt that Tomlin should have started Fields, but that corner TD catch was thrown perfectly. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And we have to face reality here. You can't say any of you thought benching a 4-2 quarterback was absolutely 1,000% the right move. You could sit here and lie to yourself and say that you did and try to boost your ego by saying, I predicted it. But come on, man. Be honest. Be truthful, you know? It was definitely, though, damn pretty, though, downtown. It was damn pretty. Mike Miller, we need another win against the New York Giants. Absolutely, Mike. No doubt about it. That sets the Steelers up perfectly, guys. If they go in and win against the Jets here, head into the bye week 6-2. And what's really scary is this team hasn't put together a 4-quarter game all season. They have only ever played well in the second or third and fourth quarters. They've really not played well in the front half of football games. And you know what's really scary and absolutely freaking dangerous? Hey, Sean, can you delete this jackass all streaming on and delete him from our channel and put him in timeout? One of you guys, Sean, Russ, somebody, TD. It's getting on my damn nerves. Thank you. I appreciate it, boys and girls. But anyway, yeah. I don't even know where the hell I was. He pissed me off so bad with that spam and the shit. Here, I'll try to do it. If you guys can. Hold on. There we go. I got it. Sorry, guys. I got it quick. Mark Malone, John Broadway. We did that. Mike Miller, we did that. Mark Malone, yeah, we did that. Dude, Fields isn't ever going to develop that touch. I won't say never, but you hope he does because, I mean, if the Steelers do end up keeping him on there, thanks, guys. You would want him to have it because you have to have it to be an NFL quarterback. You absolutely have to have it. The next thing that Mike Tomlin has to change is Broderick Jones. There's no way he should ever be on the blind side. Broderick has struggled, Extra Black. I definitely am on board with that. Even last night, I thought he struggled. I thought one time when he let up pressure and Russ, I believe, got sacked on it. I believe he did. But he looked absolutely brainwashed and lost there. And I don't know what happened there with him from last year to this year. He just needs switched up. You're right about it. I think that he's probably more comfortable on the left side. But Broderick's just going through a tough growing pain right now. I still think he has massive potential. But definitely I think he needs mixed up here a little bit. Bro Bustrous Jones is a problem, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. John Broadway, yeah, Mark Malone, we did that. Daniel Warman, Arthur Smith was pissed. He's a gamer, great coach. He definitely came out and had a good game plan to execute against the Jets. And Sue, I'll get back to the chat. I'll start back with Sean, his last comment. You know what pisses me off about everybody in the national media and shit? The first freaking thing they said was, well, the Jets were beat up. Friends, has the Steelers not been beat up all damn year? Has the Steelers basically rebuilt like every damn position group at least once, I feel like, this season due to injury? I mean, it seems like it. They've just had tons of injuries. And the Steelers are 4-2. But when they lost their games, it was that wasn't the case. They didn't give them instantly, well, the Steelers are just beat up. That just pisses me off. It's like, the Jets are freaking 2-5, dude. There's more wrong with the Jets than damn injuries. You just got Devontae Adams. You have weapons all over the field. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback playing on your team. You have a defense that's got some real studs on it. You have your all-world corner still out there in Sauce Gardner. I don't want to hear any damn thing about, oh, they're dealing with a few injuries. Well, no shit. So is everybody else. Makes you freaking crazy, man. Jungle Monkey. I've never seen that. Sean says best QB debut in Steelers franchise history. Yes, it was statistically. No doubt about that, Sean. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Statistically, it was the best quarterback debut by any Steelers quarterback in franchise history. Jungle Monkey made me mad when the Steelers went for that TD on fourth down yesterday. I got the kicker on my fantasy team. No, what happened, Jungle Monkey, was literally all they were trying to do was kill the clock because it was fourth down. They weren't trying to give the ball back to the Jets, so literally they were just hoping to gain 2 yards and do it. I understand you wanted that field goal, but Boswell came through with 3 last night, so he continues to be on pace to chase David Akers' 2011 record of 44 field goals made in a season. So keep him on your fantasy roster, Jungle Monkey, because he might shatter that record this year. And hopefully it isn't a statistic that's bad for the football team, like they're kicking too many field goals, but hopefully it's just incorporated into the massive amounts of points that they're scoring each and every week. Derpy Entertainment, Steelers Nation, let's weld. Absolutely extra back. What you didn't see was any fumbled snaps, also getting out of bad plays. Yeah, I'll give you that. No doubt about it. Russ definitely was good with ball control. Definitely was good with managing any type of turnover and didn't allow it to happen. So that was always a plus, or is always a plus. And definitely Russell Wilson had that veteran steadiness to him last night, that veteran presence that really helped this football team. How about Ryan McCollum last night, guys? Played really well at center. Also, we can't let that go unnoticed either. A guy that stepped in here for Zach Frazier, a guy that definitely wasn't highly thought of this offseason. And here he is playing significant, meaningful snaps midway through the year. Daniel Warman, with Wilson, they took the handcuffs off the offense. Oh, absolutely, 1,000%. No doubt about it. That offense that was ran last night necessarily wasn't just set up completely different, but there was way more at the arsenal or at the disposal of Russell Wilson to add to his arsenal than Justin Fields has been afforded. Now, whatever right or wrong that is, that's the truth. No doubt about it. Because Russell Wilson was allowed to do what NFL quarterbacks do at the line of scrimmage. Justin Fields was not. Now, does that mean that they just weren't letting him, or does that mean that he wasn't ready to do that? There's 2 different talking points with that also. Najee Harris was running the ball hard. I love the way Najee is playing right now. Well, yeah, guys, 2 consecutive 100-yard games, 100-yard performances from Najee Harris. 2 consecutive games with scores, but over 100 yards each of those performances. This only being his 8th 100-yard career game for the Steelers and Najee Harris's career. And what do we continue to talk about with Najee and what will bring him to that next level of runner? That is consistency. And right now he's putting consistency on tape. And that is super special, man, for Najee in terms of what he wants contractually next year and what the Steelers need right now out of that run game. He had a very solid effort and he is showing consistency, and that is all you've ever wanted from Najee Harris. He's always had moments. He's always been able to do things here and there, but the consistency has never been there, guys. When you average 60 yards a game throughout your career, you can't argue consistency is his strong suit. And now he has got consistent here in the last few weeks, especially. And that is a plus, man. And we got to hand it to Najee Harris last night. A stellar performance. He really ran hard. He was really attacking the line of scrimmage, not going down at first contact. And that is so, so special to have with your running back. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason, as always, here on our daily live stream, only here on Mike Drop Sports. Make sure you go like us on Facebook, go follow us on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and continue to support us here at the channel. All you got to do is double tap the screen, and that sends a like over to us and sends us out into the shitty world of the YouTube algorithm. Considering some of the things, yeah, never mind. I won't get on that topic. Let's keep going. Damn. Sorry, dude. Where was, damn, you guys have loaded it up. I love it, man. I love it. Robert Rowe, that's where we were. Russ was under center in one game almost as much as Justin was in 6 games combined. Totally different team with Russ in there. Russ will only get better from here. Yeah, when you bring up the under center stuff, that definitely is something that I wanted to talk about too, Robert. That also helps out what, guys, that the Steelers have been really kind of lacking here. The action game. Yes, you can run the RPO stuff out of the pistol, but the true, real action game that Arthur Smith's scheme kind of leans on is designed for a lot of under center type stuff. And yes, you can be in the shotgun. Yes, you can be in the pistol. I'm not saying you eliminate that, but I'm saying you need to get under center sometimes in order to execute that play faking ability, that action game ability to be able to open defenses up. And last night they were able to do that, and that was definitely really, really cool. Jeffrey Champion, Justin Fields, he didn't get Pickens involved that much, and I think that's why Russell Wilson is starting now. It could be a factor, Jeffrey, no doubt about it. I think there were many variables involved in the decision. If you were Mike Tomlin, I don't know. But yeah, it could have been one. Robert Rowe agree 100% about the Foles booing in the first quarter. Yeah, that was not classy, man. That was definitely not Steelers Nation or Steelers Nation's best moment. Mel Mills, I wasn't nearly as impressed with Russ as everyone else. He threw a couple of beauties, but most of his throws were low or underthrown. His mobility looked a little shaky as well. I'll say the first half was rough, but I say the second half, I feel like that shakiness, that unsteady feeling, and that the bad balls being thrown into the dirt per se weren't as they weren't there. I didn't really see it too much in the second half. Now, did he have moments where he wasn't perfect? Absolutely, in the second half is what I'm referring to. But it was overall his performance in that second half was stellar, man, in my opinion. The first half was definitely shaky, and that's probably in my eyes skewing some of that a little bit. Why are we getting all these people, guys, advertising like streams and shit? Like, all of a sudden that started to happen here since we went back to the vertical view. I apologize to all you guys that are loyal here and come and watch and try to enjoy the conversation. When you have that spam stuff, it's absolutely ridiculous. And thank you to the moderators for getting that out of there. I appreciate you guys so much. But yeah, I can see why you're saying that, though, Mel, and I definitely can't argue what you're talking about. But we'll have to continue to watch him build here. I'd like to see one more week for sure of what he can do and how this all grows. But then the true tests are going to come. Those divisional games, those difficult games versus good teams. You're going to have the Commanders. You're going to have the Bengals, the Browns. The Browns suck. But maybe under Jameis Winston, they become a different ball team because Deshaun Watson's absolutely shit. But maybe they change here. you're going to have the Ravens, you're going to have the Chiefs, you're going to have the Eagles. So this is going to be a little bit of a test, and can Russell Wilson withstand those teams and those defenses? We'll have to watch and see, but definitely it's something to monitor. John Broadway, downtown. Yeah, I don't act like Clowns fans, which they did when Deshaun Watson came up hurt. Classless BS. Come on, we're better than that. Yeah, guys, I can't agree with booing anybody when they get injured. No matter what they do on and off the field, whatever. I mean, I just can't boo injury and destruction to anybody, and I can't get on board with that. Mel Mills, I was happy to see a healthier Jalen. Yeah, me too, Mel. You could see the pop in his step a little bit, man. That was definitely refreshing to see, and that definitely adds to that run game. And when you get Patterson back in the mix, I think you could have a real three-headed monster headed down the stretch, which might allow a guy like Russell Wilson to really be able to settle in, especially having a run game like that you can lean on in big moments. Cason Pollard, I subscribe. Thank you, Cason Pollard, a new subscriber here to Mike Drop Sports. Appreciate you, and appreciate you joining us here at Steel City Live, our daily live stream. Russ, Russ has that soft touch. That's from Y2 Kelly. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, he had that touch, man. And again, guys, you need that touch, man. You have to have it. You can't throw a dart every damn play. All right, guys, let's double tap that screen. I know there's more than 16 of you in here that are loyal, everyday listeners. All you got to do is double tap your screen or hit that like button if you're on PC. If you're on TV, you'll have to go back and like it later. But if you are on PC or you are on mobile, you can like it by hitting the like button. Or if you are on mobile, you can double tap your screen. Thank you guys for the likes. I see them popping up there. That is so important to us right now, guys. Getting those likes, continuing to march toward that 4,000 subscriber goal. We only need a few hundred more, so let's go ahead and get there and hit that 4,000 goal and continue to grow this channel. Again, I'm going to bring back the giveaways, but guys, we got to get the views back up. We got to get the revenue and stuff like that back up, because it's difficult for me to just, do all the giveaways and things, whenever it's slim pickings sometimes. But we're getting back on pace, man, and I owe that all to you. So thank you all so very much. Mel Mills, I had to leave my apartment building because I was coming unglued at the refs in the first half. Mel, dude, I say this every week too, Mel, and the NFL officiating is absolute dog shit, man. I can't take it anymore. If they don't do something soon about it, I don't know how it doesn't totally destroy the game. It's so freaking bad, dude. Luda, let's go Houston Texans. Daniel Warman, Joey Porter had a great game. So talented he did. He played really well. What's up, Russ? Daniel Warman, we did that. Russ, how's everyone doing? James Bauman. My favorite play was Freiermuth, one-hand catch. Got to show off some of that athletic ability from James. Yeah, that was a cool catch, man, and that was cool to see from who? Pat, because he's a tight end. It showed real versatility and range out of Pat, and he hasn't been able to put that on display in the way that he should have been over these last couple seasons, and I'm hoping that trend continues with Russell Wilson, because I thought that Pat Freiermuth really, really enjoyed playing with Russell Wilson last night. You could tell that he had some joy in him when he came on his interview with the Sunday Night Countdown crew on the post game. So that was definitely cool. Yeah, Justin seems like a stand-up guy. That's from Mark Malone. Yeah, he seems like he's going to handle it really well. I have no worries about any type of drama between the players in terms of, the quarterback situation. Justin seems like a real stand-up, solid professional, and we got to give him props for that. And we got to give that to Russell Wilson, too. A definite tried-and-true professional at the position, and a real pro's pro. Rodgers didn't have much time to make a play. TJ was intimidating. I'd be shaking too. That was from Daniel Moorman. Rich Kuzma, extra black. Russ didn't really compete or win the job, but it was handed. What was handed it. That's what most old school fans are confused about. Yeah, I think so. I still thought that he should have had the job no matter what to start the season. It was just once the circumstance changed, it becomes tough. It makes it hard. John Broadway, again, Mount Washington got his standard one catch. What's up with that? I would like him in the end zone, and no one is going to jump higher than him. That's from downtown John Broadway. Johnny B, downtown. I think Darnell Washington is a situational type player. And if the situation doesn't arise in which he is going to be utilized, he just won't get a ton of targets. But I think Darnell could be used more. I do think they miss out on opportunities to use Darnell. I thought last night when they used Van Jefferson down low that was a Darnell type opportunity that they could have went that way also. But hey, mix it up, man. I want to see everybody touch the football. I want to see defenses really guessing, and that's what I think your goal has to be if you're Arthur Smith. You have a lot of weapons on this team, and I know a lot of people out there in the media want to dog this team and talk about how they need to add weapons. Look around that damn room or that offensive room as a whole. There's a lot of damn weapons in there. They might not all have a wide receiver beside their name, but there are a lot of weapons, and I'm really anxious to see everybody start getting their hands on the football with Russell Wilson. James Bauman, Broadway, he had 3 or 4. No, he didn't have. Yeah, he didn't have one catch. He probably had 3. I would say. I don't know if it was 4. I think he had 3 though. You're right, James. 4 for 36, probably. Thanks you, James, for bringing that up. The statistics, buddy. Appreciate it. But I'm with you, Broadway. 6'8" target needs used in red zone. Mel Mills. If Highsmith was healthy every game, this team is undefeated. Yeah, he definitely made a difference, Mel, for sure. Definitely. Russ has loved Najee getting 100 again. Needed that last TD run. Yeah, they needed 2 yards there, but I'll take the touchdown any day, Russ. I love seeing it too. But yeah, definitely cool, man. Definitely cool. Pad those numbers, baby, any way you can. Rub it in sometimes. Rub it in their face, baby. Downtown, the networks love the Lions game, and Beaver really give a shit. And River really gave a shit about our Steelers. F them Jagoffs. That's why I'm here, real Steelers fans. Sometimes I have to decipher that Pittsburgh East downtown. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, the Lions actually whooped that ass yesterday against the Vikings. Damn it. Yes, we all have injuries. Absolutely. That's from Russ. TJ was getting triple teamed. Yeah, he always gets doubled and triple teamed. It's so crazy. But you know what? He was very impactful, man. I still feel like he was. Every snap, he means something to that defense. Loved it when Najee High stepped into the end zone from Daniel Warman. Ryan and Mason and Dan Moore all stepped up. Yeah, they did. Absolutely, Russ. Roberta Campbell, they played a good game in all phases. Defense, special teams, and offense. Actually, I thought last night was the best offensive line makeup. They played really well. I thought Bishop was great. Jalen looked more himself. I thought the offensive line, it wasn't some stellar performance from them. I thought they played good to average, like in that range. I don't think it was the best that they've put out there this year, but was it good enough to win? Absolutely, Roberta, no doubt about it. And I think some players along that offensive line played at a really high level, and then there were others that brought down that overall play level a little bit. Broderick being one of them at times. Rich Kuzma, Russ. How about Justin cheering for Russ? We have a great problem, 2 good quarterbacks. Yeah, you never have enough weapons in the cupboard, man. No doubt about it, Russ. I agree. Roberta Campbell, let's hope Tampa beats the Ravens. I sure everyone saw the 49ers wide receiver everyone wanted is done for the year due to an injury. Yeah, they believe he tore his ACL. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but yeah, that is something that happens in football. But man, it's tough to see. Packers probably won't win the Super Bowl, Jacob, but good thinking. Daniel Warman, Jason, thanks. Going to watch Baker destroy the Ratbirds. All right, Daniel, take it easy, man. Taylor Witter, I know many people were upset about Russ getting the start, but the veteran presence cannot be denied. He had complete control last night. He did, Taylor, no doubt about it. The Buzzsaw, Rigatoni. I like Rigatonis. Russ, hope Chiefs enjoy unbeaten streak because we're going to spank them on Christmas. Man, I'd be shocked if they're still unbeaten by Christmas, man. If they are, wouldn't that be something special, Russ? Whooping that ass on Christmas. Fields played, you would have scored almost 50. Nah, Chet, I don't believe that, man. But it is what it is, dude. It's hard to score 50 in the NFL. All right, guys, we're about 45 minutes in. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. Make sure you are double tapping that screen if you're on mobile. That gives us a like. It's so easy to like the content, so easy to help support your creators. If you want more honest creators out there, more honest channels, to give you your content, then make sure you support them with easy things like hitting the like button. It's so easy and doesn't cost a damn thing to do, and it really helps. But if you're not subscribed, again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check us out every day for our daily upload. That's so very important also. And if you haven't watched today's, go ahead and check that out. You'll find that on the channel page, and also turn on the notification bell while you are there. John Broadway, Chuck Noll never ran a shotgun ever. Yeah, but this ain't the 70s downtown. This is This is a different game now, man. It's hard to compare the Chuck Noll era to here, in terms of offensive scheme and play style. Jalen is the best blitz blocking running back in the NFL. He did well last night, no doubt about it, Russ. Jeffrey Champion, there's a possibility that the Browns could start the young quarterback DTR as well, though. I don't think DTR is any good, but him or Jameis is going to get the nod, no doubt, Jeffrey, because what's his name? The Dictard Watson is out with a torn Achilles. Yes, thanks, Russ. I appreciate it. It is a moderator's night. Roberta Campbell, Watson done for the season. The rookie has an injury, so right now it'll be Jameson. Of course, Highsmith and TJ being held all night, no calls. Yeah, they don't ever get a call, guys. Ever. Don't even expect it. You see them get held, just say, it's not going to happen. You're not going to get the flag. It's going to be in a very rare instance how that works. John Broadway, all quarterbacks work on timing with hot route or with how routes are run, and when you have any little hiccup, it disrupts how the play should develop. Yeah, there we are. Sorry, guys. Sorry, but my point is that Wilson has that experience. Russ, we go 6-2, come back healthy after the bye. My predictions will come true. We're kicking North butt and getting number 1 seed in the Super Bowl. I hope, man. John Redmond, New York Giants are depressing me, bro. Yeah, they suck. They're about to get an ass whooping, John, from the Pittsburgh Steelers, probably in a major way. I just don't feel like they have the firepower to compete with what the Steelers team is putting out there right now. And if I were a Giants fan, I probably wouldn't even watch the game because it's going to absolutely be a kick in your gut. I believe the Steelers put up 40 against the Giants. I just don't see how they could slow anybody down, and I don't know how they're going to defend the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, and Daniel Jones is about to have a long day. Sean Gillum, here we go. Steelers, welcome, Sean. Robert Dufresne, do you think they'll get D-Hop? I think that it's always a possibility, but I caution you guys with D-Hop. He's only started 2 games this year. He's only been healthy for 2 games, and that's concerning for a receiver that's 32 years old that has had some real nagging injuries. Guys, grab that one too. Spam in the chat. I appreciate it. Pittsburgh 412. Russ seems like a class act, but we do not flip the rusher. Watt and Highsmith just give offenses different look. Why don't we? Yeah, I have always wondered that too, Pittsburgh 412. Supposedly, from what I have heard over the years, is TJ is just super comfortable with the left side, and that's where he prefers. And when you have the best defender telling you that's where he wants to play, you're probably just going to roll with it. But yes, that's exactly something that I've always wondered why it didn't didn't happen. I just thought it was something they could give a different look with. Definitely. Ah, son of a bitch. All right, here we go. I would like to get D Hop. That's from Pittsburgh 412. Thomas Bree. Late to the stream. Hey, well, it's good to see you, man. Russ says, Jason, I have Steelers Nation Unite flag. Can donate for giveaway. Can't buy them. Were given to members a few years ago when you were a member of Steelers Nation Unite. Then they did away with it. Yeah, man. I'll email you my address, Russ. If you want to send it, man. I ain't giving my address out to anybody. I trust you, Russ, though. I've talked to you several times, though, privately. So, yeah, I'll give you my address, my man. I would like D Hop. Me too, man. I just don't know about his injuries. TD, waving those emojis. Pittsburgh 412. Did everyone notice they looked like they were having fun again, smiling, joking? That's a sign of a team coming together. If we stay healthy and get the running game going, special things ahead. Pittsburgh 412 just nailed it on the head, guys. And remember this offseason when Sean and I were on and we were talking about team chemistry and we were talking about what teams need to do in order to be successful and be a champion. And these things all come into play. Having each other's back, joking around, having fun, smiling, just having an overall good damn time. And you're seeing that with this Steelers group right now. And that is special. And you got to pay attention to those little intricacies. And when Pittsburgh 412 brought that up, that's definitely what you need to be looking for because that is a telltale sign of a team that could potentially do some good things, man. Good things. Lions are my pick for NFC to go to the Super Bowl from Russ. John Broadway, yes, Pittsburgh 1-2. Rod Young, how great do you think our offense can be with Russ mixed with our defense? Are we talking Super Bowl here? I'm not going to go Super Bowl talk. I just don't because I think it's too early to say that. Now, if you're confident, you're confident. Make your predictions. Everybody's allowed their opinion. No doubt about it. I'm just not ready for that yet, but I think, Rod, that they could be a absolutely dangerous football team if Russell Wilson can stay healthy and play like he did in the second half of that football game last night, coupled with the special teams performance and the Pittsburgh Steelers defense that they have. Oh, they could be really, really dangerous, and I think you could be in for an exciting back half of the season here to finish the 2024 year heading into the playoffs. Roberta Campbell, the O-line, seemed to have less penalties last night. Yes, they did, Roberta. Yes, we have to give them that. No doubt about it. All right, guys, we're going to be headed toward the end of the stream soon, so make sure you're double tapping that screen. Get those likes up for us here on Steel City Live. If you're on PC or something, you got to hit the like button. But if you are on the mobile, make sure you just double tap the screen real quick, and that will like the show. And I truly appreciate it if you do. That is the best way to support the channel. Let's keep going. Thomas Breeze. Is Cordell Patterson returning anytime soon, or was his injury season ending? I would look to see him, Thomas, honestly. I think it'll be after the bye. I think you won't see him for the Giants game. I don't think you'll see any players return from injury before the bye here. I think after the bye, you'll see the return of Zach Frazier and Patterson. And I think Corey Trice will be eligible then to come off of the IR. Also, too, you're going to get the addition of Cameron Sutton back. But yes, Patterson will be back. I'd look for him after the bye. I'd look for him to be back week 10. It wasn't season ending, but that's what I think. All in MCL. Russ, whenever all three phases feed off each other, we win the Super Bowl. I love, any championship team, Russ, you know that too. And a lot of you guys know this. You got to have all three phases contributing. You got to be a complete team. You don't win the Super Bowl just off of one unit. It's got to be everywhere. And how about the Steelers blocking kicks, guys? They've been really special with that here as of late. All right, we're going to keep going with the chat. Make sure you're hitting that like button, double tap the screen. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel here at Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason, always here on our daily live show. If you're new to the show, thank you for joining us, Mr. Y Man. I don't think Russ threw many accurate passes when you go back and see all of the passes to GP. They are all just really good catches by George Pickens. I can see why you're saying that, Mr. Wyman, but you have to put it into context of the NFL. When you're throwing contested balls, when you're throwing 50-50 balls, you're just trying to put it in a position to where your receiver has the opportunity to go get it. They're not going to be some super accurate pass 90% of the time, 99% of the time. They're just going to be in the area to where they can get it. That's why they call it a 50-50 ball, because it's anybody's game. But that's what he was doing last night. But that's what wide receivers like. They like to be given the opportunity, and that's what pushes offenses to be able to open things up. When you start to throw those 50-50 balls, those high contested catches, that's when you're allowed to, or allowing your offense to start to be able to run the ball efficiently, start to make defenses respect you, to push the ball, or your ability to push the ball down the field, putting them on their heels a little bit. That is what you have to do, and it may not look as pretty sometimes as we all may want, but in reality, in terms of 50-50 balls, those are accurate. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. James Bauman, thankfully, bye week coming. Hopefully, get Frazier and Herbig back. Yeah, I think you'll see both of those guys for sure. John Broadway really picking NFC Lions. Already too much of a season left. Pittsburgh 4-2. Chiefs are going to lose to the Broncos. Yes, I am John. Picked them last year too. John Broadway. KC isn't going to do a three-peat. How about Cam the man? PFF actually has him number one. He's played really well, guys. We got to give it to Cameron Hayward. Definitely played really, really well last night and has here for the last couple weeks. Let me get back to where I was. Ayuk is out for the year. Yeah, I hate to see these guys hurt too. James Harrison got held every play too. He did, Rich. No doubt about it, man. They benched Jones yesterday. Who's that? Who's Jones that they benched? They didn't bench Broderick Jones. I'm not sure who you're talking about, Roberta. Let me know. Russ, Roberta, the Abilene Rancher, the Dallas Cowboys are better than the Steelers. No. Thomas Breeze, anyone notice the block Pickens delivered on that shuffle pass play to Muth? Yeah, that was a good one, Thomas. I remember that now that you bring it up. Thanks for bringing that up and pointing it out. I actually thought it was a good block, if I'm remembering it correctly. Touchdown Buccaneers. That's from Robert Dufresne. Russ, yes, Thomas, saw that was great. Roberta Campbell, Tampa just scored a TD. Abilene Ranchers, the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to have to delete you, Abilene, if you want to be just say the same thing over and over. That don't work. If you want to contribute to the conversation, you're welcome to, but have something other to say than the same kind of basic premise every comment. Rich, good call, 412. Fun is always winning. Yeah, I will send it to you. You know, I will not get. I know you won't, Russ. Thank you, buddy. James Bauman, 7-0 Bucks. Pittsburgh, Rich. Certainly. Good night, Jens. Yeah, man. If I didn't get to the rest of your chat questions, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go through the rest. I am done here. My voice is hurt. I'm going to go make some pizzas and cheese raviolis for the fam damly. We eat late here. You know, we do the show late. We have sports every night that we coach and play in with the kids. And wife usually works till after 7:30. So we eat late here. So that's what I'm going to go do. Cook these cool pizzas and have some good cheese ravioli, maybe. Fresh ones, I'm ready. So that's what we're going to do. If I didn't get to your chat, I'm sorry, but we will get back to it tomorrow. But you guys really put on a show tonight. You guys loaded the chat up. I'm so thankful for that. And you guys are definitely so very awesome. And I appreciate each and every one of you and your contributions to us here at Mike Drop Sports. So until tomorrow, guys, make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing if you're not already. Make sure you go watch that daily upload. Double tap that screen before you leave. Get that like. If you're not watching it now, you can watch it later here. And we'll see you tomorrow, man, for another action-packed day of Pittsburgh Steelers content here on Mike Drop Sports. So until then, guys, I'm Jason. Peace. Thank you.